Hi boys and girls, it's me Butch. My name is Terry David Silvercloud, and if you Google me you'll find lots of stuff about me. Google knows all about me. So today I'm here to make I hope a short video to tell you what I know about how you can make money selling your videos, making videos and selling them, particularly stock video. So stock video is short clips, 10 seconds to 30 seconds usually, and they should be the highest possible quality. Now if you're in a rush to get out of here, the most popular way to get into the business of doing that is to go with Pond 5. You can look them up and you'll see, I'm not going to look around here, it'll tell you, just poke around their site and how to submit stuff and how they work, everything you need to know about them. They're the most popular because they don't demand exclusivity, and you can set your own price if you want. Another really big source is Getty Images and iStock. They're the same company, but they may be harder to work with. They may require exclusive rights. But I would check out this Pond 5 you can see up here in the corner. And I have to try and keep this short here a bit, because I'm trying out a little program that came with an editor that I'm not crazy about, the Corel Video Studio 2020. I'm not crazy about it because as soon as you have something from Corel, they have a way of putting advertising straight on your desktop without you asking for it, with the excuse that it's a notice. I don't need the notice, thank you very much. So I can't let this go too long, this first clip. I'm going to make a bunch of clips, so if you want to get out of here right now, you can leave and check out Pond 5 and Getty Images. And next I'm going to talk about all the other kind of things you should know. So this is the end of clip 1. I'm going to go kaboink. Hi boys and girls, this is clip 2. I'm back talking about how you can make money and sell your video clips. So I told you that the most popular place is Pond 5. Now if you don't know a lot about photography, you may not have a lot of success doing this. So if you don't know much about photography yet, and you may think you know a lot about photography, but you haven't really learned quite yet to see. I'll try and give you a couple of tips in a second. Here's a quick tip. Always use a tripod if you can, unless you want that handheld look. Always use a tripod. Always, with no exception, always use a lens hood. No matter what the lighting is like, and I'm not going to waste time explaining why, always, always, always use a lens hood. You cannot possibly pan too slowly. You know, when you're panning around at something, or if you're turning the camera, I sometimes like to rotate the camera through 360 degrees. And that way, if you have somebody dancing, it'll look like they're going up the wall, over the ceiling, and back down. If you just rotate the camera, and you can buy devices which have like a steering wheel thing to hold your camera, and makes it easier to do that. You have to learn to be creative, to be different. Stock photography is little clips that people want to stick into their whatever it is they're doing. And you need to buy the very best equipment you can possibly buy. In Canada, there's a really big company, Viztech. I was their very first salesman they had way back in 1983, and Kodak wouldn't sell to them because they didn't think this place with Chesterfields and big power packs that they used for lighting in those days was a camera store. And so I phoned up, I had been hired away to work there. I phoned up my contacts at Kodak and invited my contact to let my boss take him to lunch and we secured a deal, VizTech secured a deal with Kodak, and it didn't take long before every other single distributor wanted to deal with VizTech. Now they're huge, so I highly recommend VizTech. You can find them online. You can buy online. They have all kinds of stuff. And I suggest you buy the very best equipment you can. You should look for a camera capable of 4K. And somewhere here, I thought I put Sony, but I probably didn't. Sony. Let's go to Sony here. Sony CA. I'm a big fan of wrong place. Yeah, I screwed up this thing. Sony mirrorless camera lineup. Sorry, I'm a ditz. I didn't have this one up. So I'm a really, really big fan of mirrorless cameras, and you just want a video camera. That's all you want. So I highly recommend that you check out the Sony cameras. And if you want to stick with the old tried and true Nikons, go for it. But this Alpha series cameras, they can go on these full-fledged cameras, or the kind of camera that I'm just crazy nuts about are these mirrorless cameras. These are lower level ones, but depending on the sensor, in the 6000 series, you can spend up to $5,000 on one of those cameras. What else can I tell you? Let me see. If you haven't done any editing, you don't really need to do editing for selling stock clips. They just want it. Don't touch it. Just give us the raw stuff. And if you can shoot in RAW, that's even better. If you have a RAW file available, people will love you for it. If you don't know what RAW, R-A-W, means, you have a few things to learn about video. But anyhow, if you want to do some basic editing and learn how VideoPad, you can download their editor for free for at least 30 days. And if you like it, then you pay up. And it's a pretty simple editor. And it's been around a long time. It doesn't crash easily or anything like that. So I think I'm going to have to stop this clip, because again, if I use this thing too long, I'm up to nearly 5 minutes. Let's see if this recorded. I'm testing out multicam capture light, see how it works. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with clip 3. I managed to get 5 minutes without this little program multicam capture light crashing on me, and the secret seems to have been to just record sound on one of the inputs. I don't know, but it didn't crash and I got up to 5 minutes. So I got 5 minutes. What have I not told you about? In stock photography, there's 2 types of photography, really. It breaks down between commercial use and editorial use. And editorial is where somebody's doing a documentary or something and they need a clip. They're talking about, I don't know, your city, downtown Toronto, downtown Chicago, Sunset Boulevard, whatever it might be, and they need a 2-second clip and they're not going to go there and shoot it. That's editorial. Commercial is where somebody like Nike or some huge company needs exactly the same thing, but you're going to get a whole lot more money for it, sometimes 100 times as much. When Windows first came out and computers, you used to see a blue sky and a green field. That was a still photo. The guy that shot that stock photo made a killing off of it. He had to give exclusive rights to Microsoft that it had never been used before, and he had 0 rights to it after he sold it. But it was in somewhere in the 6 figures he got. So sometimes you'll win the lottery with your stock shot. You're just in the right place at the right time. A stock photo could be you were just right you were in a riot or something, or a fire. And this brings us to your rights. You don't have a lot, but you do have a lot. And your number one friend is a model or a property release. If you are on public property, you have the right to photograph virtually anything. And it's your legal right, except in communist countries or dictatorships. It's your right. If you're on private property, you have no rights to photograph nada. But it's not illegal to be on public property and photograph private property. However, if there was something significant about it, like, say in Hamilton, Ontario, where there's Castle Loma, which looks like a little old castle, or some important building like IBM headquarters, or somebody who has a lot of money and a truckload of lawyers, you don't dare photograph their property without permission. You cannot take a picture in a U.S. national park and use it for commercial purposes without a permit. You can probably get the permit, and I don't know, it might cost $10 or something, but do your proper paperwork. And if you're dealing with Pond 5 might not be so up on telling you what your rights are. You're supposed to know, but remember, the United States is a very litigious country, and they'll sue anybody for anything. But Getty Images and iStock and VideoHive, which is another place you could sell stock video, they will probably tell you how to obtain model releases. They'll assist you in that kind of thing. Or you can go into big photo stores and you can probably buy pads of general purpose model releases. If you're going to get your mom and dad or a friend or somebody to be part of your clip because you're showing something, even if it's your mom or dad, have them sign a model release. Don't get too iffy about explaining it, because they'll get all, what's this, what's all this legal stuff. And if you pay a model, they don't get paid unless they sign the model release. And if some stranger is going to do something for you, you should give them at least like $50 or something and sign the model release. That way they're basically signing away everything. They got their money. Bye-bye. See you later. And you're covered. You have their signature. It would be good if you had a witness, but as long as you got that signature, that's good. So model releases and property releases are something you're going to have to learn about, if that's the kind of thing, if you're photographing people or property or anything anybody owns. You can use, if you shoot a crowd, you can use crowd scenes, but if you zero in on a particular person, you cannot use their face for commercial purposes. You might be fine in editorial purposes, but still, I get requests to use pieces of my video from YouTube all the time. I say, yeah, go ahead, what do I care? I know they're not going to make any money from it. It's usually for documentaries. Many people have asked to use clips from my Hockey Riot video here in Vancouver when the fans went a little crazy in Vancouver. But I can't make any money off it. YouTube declared it not advertiser friendly. It contains material that is not advertiser friendly. So what am I up to? 6 minutes? I'm going to stop this clip and then I'm going to talk about YouTube, okay? I am back, and this is take 5 of the final take, I think. This program is the multicam capture light that I'm trying out. It doesn't seem to like to go more than 5 minutes, so let's keep this short, David. YouTube. I'm a YouTube partner, and you can easily find out the requirements for being a YouTube partner by just going and Googling YouTube partner program or whatever. What am I talking about? YouTube. Geez, I'm really screwing up here. I should have done this in advance, right? YouTube partner program requirements. That's the one you want. So you go online, and that was my homepage we were at. And at this time, which is different than when I became a partner, you have to be in a country where it's allowed or available. 4,000 watch hours. People have had to watch 4,000 hours worth of your videos, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers and be linked to an AdSense account. So you just find out what ads you'll see when you go there, join AdSense, and give them all your tax information and all that kind of stuff. And oingo boingo, you'll be a partner or you won't. So keep your videos under 3 minutes. Try to make lots of cuts. Videos about motion. If your subject isn't moving, you should move. If you're going to put your stock photography on YouTube, let's say you're photographing a waterfall, you should be doing it far away, close up, high up, low down, left, right. You only need for stock video 30 seconds at the most of video. Nobody usually needs much more than that. 2 hours after sunrise, 2 hours before sunset, terrific times of day to shoot any kind of photography. Learn about photography. If you don't already know, learn what your f-stops can do. Your f-stops allow you to throw things in the background out of focus. What am I doing here? Oh, I want this one. Anyhow, what else? I don't want this to be too long, so to make money, you'll get usually, I think what I'm getting is 10 cents. If you watch this video, I got 10 cents because I'm putting ads on it. And if somebody clicks on an ad, I'll get some more money. Don't go getting your friends to click on ads. You'll lose your right to be a partner if they do that. They'll know right away. It just just doesn't work. Make your ads short. Make your videos short. Make lots of cuts. I think I already told you what kind of editor you might want to try out for starters, which is VideoPad. So I made a real screw up today of all this, mostly because I'm sort of using you to try out this multicam capture light, and what I can tell is that it doesn't like making clips longer than 5 minutes, probably because it uses QuickTime, and that's an old format. And QuickTime players, the format's okay, but QuickTime players are hackable. So if you have one of the old QuickTime players in your computer, which probably nobody has, apparently they're hackable. So I'm up to 3 minutes. I still could go 2 minutes without crashing. What have I not told you? Be creative. Learn. Keep learning. Try wide-angle lenses. I'm a really big fan of wide-angle lenses. I used to assist Jim Allen, rest in peace, a well-known fashion and editorial photographer, and one day we were doing a shot for Saturday Night Magazine, I think it was, and we drove out to London or wherever she lived, and she had a bathing suit, and he told her in advance what to do, and we were down at the end of a long dock, and she had a couple of oars, and he had different shots of her. So I was the assistant, and Jim said, bring the super wide, which is a Hasselblad, very, very, very wide angle camera. I thought, what? We're doing a portrait. He said, watch and learn. So the secret of a very wide angle lens is keep your subject in the middle, and don't get closer than 2 or 3 feet because you'll make their nose big, unless it's a dog or a cat or a goat. Big noses on animals are fun. Put people in corners, like you can see a corner behind me there. If I position myself and put the corner right behind me, everything would really flow out. And it automatically, as long as you keep, see, put my head in the center there, everything goes out. Oops, you're up there. I forgot you're up there. I'm using that camera, not this camera. You'll get creative. I'm at 5 minutes, so Butchie Poo is going to shut up. Skull and Bones are the Grandmaster Jacques de Molay, the Grandmaster of the Knight Templar, roasted alive, March 19, 1314, in front of King Philip IV, Pope Clement V. Jack-o'-lanterns, that's where it comes from, the French Jack burning, the Grandmaster. Black and white is the flag of the Knights Templar. And I'm going to say goodbye. That's it. Butch talks too much.